Hi everyone. So today is a really lovely day outside. It's actually snowing, or it was snowing last night. The snow is still there, so it's a little bit icy. Mason slid down the driveway, so that was quite funny. But no one got hurt, and it's just really pretty outside, so it's lovely. But it's also super sunny, as you can see here, and I can't do anything about it, so I'm sorry if that's in your way. But I wanted to film a video today simply because I have this huge creative mess on my desk, and I thought it's the best time because I can't do anything else at the moment. I had to pull out like a spare little IKEA desk, like a fold out table to put my laptop and use my computer just off the desk because it's completely covered. I don't know, this is the most I can zoom out, but yeah, this is like all of the space is covered in stickers, alphas, die cuts. There's a huge amount of die cuts, and I wanted to share and talk you through of this album that I'm doing. So first of all, when I started it, the first page took me ages to finish just because I felt completely out of practice, and it just sort of was I don't know, I'm really happy with the layout, but it felt very kind of unnatural in a way because I did scrapbooking and memory keeping such a long time ago that I kind of had to get back into it. But slowly I really got into it, and I love every single page. So here is just a few tips I wanted to give you. First of all, the first ever scrapbooking I tried to do was probably about 2 years ago, and it was on the 12 by 12 format. And to be honest with you, I found it quite challenging. It would take me ages. I would fuss about because there's so much space and the picture takes only a little bit, so you have to figure out what you do with the rest of the paper, and it's all I realized that it's just not me. The 12 by 12 format for scrapbooking is really not me. When I scale it down, it becomes a lot more comfortable, a lot more cuter, a lot more pretty, and it makes a lot more sense to me. I feel like I'm not wasting all this space of 12 by 12 for you know, memory keeping. And also what I do is I scale down the pictures as well, so they look quite cute as well. So what I have done, first of all, I use Photobox. This is an app for printing my images, so they come within a couple of days. It's all very quick, very easy. There are a few different applications you can use. This is the one I prefer, and what I do is I print basically 4 images on one size. Let me see, which size was it? The 6 by 4.5 is the format of the picture, and I fit in 4 of these little ones, which means I get 4 images from one photo, if that makes sense, and they're perfect. So this book is the Heidi Swapp album. I'll leave all the links below, and I just decided to kind of use it that way, to adhere scrapbooking paper on one side and leave it blank on the other, which I already mentioned in another video for you, but just in case you haven't seen it. So here is what it looks like originally. So behind there are these little pockets that you can slide your picture in, and then you have like a frame which could be a circle or any shape, and then that's how it works. But obviously if you want to work, say, with this format, it won't work, as you can see, and so this really doesn't work for me. This is why I decided to cover all of the left side papers with these scrapbooking papers. And once I started doing this, I realized that all of my 12 by 12 paper pads are actually coming in handy, because you do use up an incredible amount of paper, because first of all you need to cut this, then you need, well, I cut a little piece to mount the picture on, so I'll just show you here. So all of them are mounted in a little to make it look like a little frame. That makes it look much better, I find, than the white frame. So I actually had the frames in between these 4 images on the 6 by 4.5 format. However, I ended up cutting them all off because they weren't, like on the bottom there wasn't anything, and then they kind of weren't equal around the entire picture. So I went ahead and I cut them all. And that's that. And then also things like doily. I decided to do this style, so where I use a lot of doilies, and for that reason, again, you're going to use up quite a bit of paper. The tip that I would give you is do all of your die cutting beforehand. That will save you a lot of time. So I actually spent about 2 hours die cutting a few images. So there are a couple of doilies. So this doily is probably my favorite doily. I also quite like this one. I will show you in a minute where they come from, but this is such a pretty one, and it can look completely different depending which paper you cut it out of. So it won't look like the same doily. So if you have one die cut and you use it for different papers, I'm trying to say that they will look all very different. So here is the same doily in 4 different papers, and there's actually more here. There's another one. So this is the color scheme I went for. So it's like a minty, peachy, black and white, and the white is more kind of off white. It's not a pure white, it's kind of like a ivory white. So this is the color scheme. Apart from doilies, which I cut in 2 different designs, I also cut out Jane Davenport's sea flowers, because they look beautiful in this sort of layouts, because they're similar to a doily in a way, and they kind of create nice texture. So I'll show you in a minute what they look like. You get 2 die cuts in the set. There's the singular one and then one which is quite intricate, and they cut very, very beautifully. I also went ahead and I cut out some borders, so I'll show you those. They come in the same set as the doilies, and they are great to use under pictures and photos. So there's a few different styles here. So is this one, and again on different papers they look completely different. So this is the same one, but you can see it looks different when cut out in different papers. So that's something I would really recommend, just to sit down one evening, because you don't need daylight for this, and just go ahead and die cut it. It's actually quite fun. So there's the other 3rd type of a doily, which is this one, and it's kind of, it has this scallop edge, but no cutting out on the actual papers, so you could use it as a mount. So you could apply on top of it, you could apply one of those and kind of build it up like that. So you could do that, or what I also like doing is off-centering it and putting the other doily on the other side, and that works well as well. Let me show you these ones. So these are the Jane Davenport sea flowers, which I used here. And they look lovely as well. Just kind of makes the doily kind of extend a little bit more and looks pretty. Okay, so let me talk you through the other couple of things that I'm using here. So I got this pack here of doilies. So this is by Dovercraft. It's called Nature's Grace, and they're the tiny little ones. You get 40 of them, and in fact I went ahead and I bought more, because I'm going to have 48 pictures in total to scrapbook, and it won't be enough. So I ordered another pack, which seems to be like it's the last one, so I hope they're going to put them back on stock, because they're very neat. I like using them a lot. The other thing is I'm just going to grab the doily die cut set so you can see those. Okay, so for your convenience I will leave all the links below, so that if you fancy something and you would want to create a similar memory keeping album of pictures of your loved ones, then you can do that in your own time. So here is the Jane Davenport Sea Flower die cut set, and to be honest with you, I've been kind of thinking whether I should get more, because she has quite a few different ones, and the reason is they are fantastic quality. They really are superb. So when you're die cutting, sometimes you will see, depending on the quality of the die cut and also the way they were designed and cut, they have a different feel to them. So some of them you can you'll kind of lift off and you will have nothing left in the grooves here. Sometimes you have a little bit left, so it really depends. And obviously, because you have nothing left here, it saves you a huge amount of time of cleaning them out, because the other things, two things you will need is these two tools. You have to have them. That will make your life so much easier. When I see people on YouTube die cut without these two tools, I have no idea how they're actually doing it. So yeah, so this is the, you can buy them like by different brands, but the one I have is the Sizzix one. It's a brush that comes actually with a foam mat, but I don't seem to be using it because I just place the die cut in my hand and do it that way. It kind of serves it well as well, but you can do it on the foam mat that it comes with it. So you clean out the die cut sets, and the way you do it on the other side, so on the flat side, kind of tickles out the papers, the little pieces of paper if they're stuck in there. And then further on, to release the, sometimes you have to release the actual die cut, so in some of the cases it actually stays in the die cut. In Jane Davenport's it doesn't, so it just, I don't know, her die cuts are amazing quality. So then you need one of those, which is a kind of like a very sharp needlepoint pick that you basically also release from the other side. You find these little holes that are designed for releasing the die cuts, and that's how you do it. So that is basically what you will need. Now the other die cuts for the doilies that I would recommend, so this is a really nice one, and this one cuts out this doily, which is quite feathery and pretty and luscious. It's got loads of design and holes in there, so it's very airy and very light. And this one is by a lady called Sarah Davies, and it's called Vintage Doily. So it's quite affordable. It's only one in this pack, and it's not expensive. So if you are on a budget, this is a good one to go for. It's a good quality one, and the design is quite pretty as well. My favorites, however, have to come from this set, which is the Sizzix Thinlits, and they are designed by Laurie Whitlock. And you get 9 dies in here, so that's going to be a little bit more expensive because purely you get so much in here. Now there are a few bits and pieces which I don't really care for, which is this central piece. There are a couple of words in there, and this corner which I tried to cut out, and I'm not using it yet. But what I do like is, so that one is the die cut that I showed you here. So this is this one, and then this one is all right, but it's not my favorite. I find it a little bit not as pretty as this other one. So the other one that is my favorite, which is this one, is basically this little thing here, and it just looks so nice in all different papers. The borders that it has included are these two, and I'll just show you quickly the borders. The quality is fantastic of these die cuts, but the paper will get stuck in them. So this is what they look like, and here on the packaging, these are the borders you get. Now again, my favorite one is this one here with the scallop edge. So I'll show you both of them. So this is the scalloped edge right here. This is what it looks like. And then this one, is this, which is also quite pretty. So what they're good for is either you could stick them on the edge of the paper, or you could mount it underneath pictures. I'll show you some examples where I've done it. Let's see. So I've done it here, for example. I cut out that little scallop edge and created a grounding kind of area for the embellishment, for the sticker, which makes it quite pretty. So you can do loads of things, and here is another example. I mounted it just underneath the sticker, which makes it look prettier, kind of gives it a little trim. And same thing here, I went with the darker one, and that kind of sets the picture off from the stickers underneath as well. So you can do loads of things with it, and that is it. So if you fancy doing something like that, it's actually is very, very much fun. So I might actually film one of the process videos of these layouts at one point, but I don't think I will do it today. Today I just wanted to kind of give you all the info of the things that you need. So if you want to see me do it perhaps in a week's time, then you can go ahead and have a look in your stash what you have, so you can pull it out. Or if you like some certain things that I featured here, you can go and purchase them and then start creating. So a couple of things you will need. Basically, you will need some stickers. Now this album, the Heidi Swapp one, which I already showed you, comes with this clear sticker sheet, and I love it because it already gives you something to work with. So I used quite a few stickers from here. So purely blissful moment, cherishing, and also very happy is from this sticker sheet. Then I also would recommend to get this Maggie Holmes Carousel sticker sheet. Now everything is all over the place. The papers, by the way, that I used here is from her Carousel 12 by 12 paper pad, but also I used some which are correlating to colors from my other older stashes. So this is from her Carousel as well, and the die cuts that I've done mainly are from just old papers. Let me just pull out a few sticker sheets so I can share those. It is a real creative mess here. So now a couple of things here. So this set is also from her, this is the embellishment set from her Carousel collection, and I've used a couple of these sequences. I'll show you example of that. I'm trying to rush through this because I can see the battery blinking soon. So this is where I used it here. It comes in 2 different sizes, and they're very, very pretty to just kind of add a little something. Now, next thing I've used are these stickers, which I'm trying to locate. Oh yeah, here they are. Okay, so in the same set you also get these stars, which I haven't used yet, but I might do because they work very well with these papers. As you can see, the color scheme works really well. So the other thing I've used from the same collection is this 206 stickers set. It's got 3 sheets in there, and they're beautiful. They really are. So you get these beautiful pastel pink and mint and mustard yellow stickers, which I've used in a number of places. This sticker right here looks very pretty, and then I think a couple more. This one here, and then these letters, which are really cool and wonky. They come on this clear alphabet sticker sheet, so these are from the same set. And the third page from this set are these gold foiled turquoise and pink clear stickers as well. You can see I used one, which is this one. It's a smile on here. It works again really beautiful with the color scheme. Then this little thing over here, and the banners as well, are used from this set, which also comes from the Carousel collection. It's called the sticky notepads, and they come in different shapes. So you peel off one of the papers and there are so many of them. You can create all sorts of designs and things with them. So I've used that little banner here. This glitter star comes from an older kit, so it doesn't come from here. Finally, things like these stickers here, the pineapple and these word stickers, they come from this, which is a different collection. This is by Oasis for crate paper, and this is the 85 stickers. The collection, I'm not sure what it was called, but it's got that sort of summer vacation vibe to it. So it's also colors. You can see it's the same mustardy yellow and those kind of pastel pinks and turquoises and aquas that work really well, and also the glitter. So I used that big sticker here, the Weekend Getaway. That's from this sticker sheet. And then I've got two more which work really well. So this is obviously from the same collection, so it will work well. And I used that flag right here. Looks beautiful. Sorry, here. It goes really well with that same paper design. And I've got one extra paper sheet which I haven't used yet, but I know I will, because it has this beautiful aqua peacock feather which will work beautifully. It's got a few designs here that again correlate to the colors and the theme. So, and this one was, sorry, this is by Shimelle, and again, not sure what the collection is called, but I'll try to find it and link it for you. Okay, so before the camera dies, the battery dies and everything goes off, I will say to you, happy memory keeping, and I hope you will start printing out all those pictures that you have on your phone. I have a huge amount, thousands and thousands, and actually putting them in an album and having something beautiful to look at, and the memories that you create are just priceless. So